Respected Chief Minister, sir, respected Minister of IT, sir, respected Chief Secretary and DG, sir, the esteemed gathering here, colleagues, people from the industry, and the delegates. It's my proud privilege to present before you the initiatives which are being taken by Department of Administrative Reforms, which is the nodal department of Government of India for the e-governance at the national level. Sir, we are trying to drive the e-governance at the national level, and this department has 3 to 4 major mandates. First is the administrative reforms. You must have seen how Honorable Prime Minister confers the PM Awards for Excellence every year on the Civil Services Day. So we organize that. Second is the public grievance, which is a very major concern of our government. Honorable Prime Minister has time and again mentioned in the Mann Ki Baat conferences how it is critical for the governments to reach closer to the citizens, how to address their grievances, and how to see that every citizen gets the benefits of the services which the government is providing to them. Thirdly, sir, e-governance is also a very focused mandate of this department. We have been handling the national awards for e-governance. Every year, more than 500 to 600 nominations are received from across the country, the states and UTs, where people from academia, departments, PSUs, they submit their best nominations, and a lot of innovation is presented before the nation, what has been happening and what can be done. In this regard, sir, I should also say that Honorable Prime Minister has stressed several times that to make India Viksit Bharat, it is essential to enter into the next generation administrative reforms. And this entails ease of living for the citizens. It is not only about creating a paraphernalia which is for the use of the administrators, but it should enable ease of living for the citizens. Sir, we are making our humble attempt in this direction, and it is a privilege to be here in amidst of all of you to also see how the state of Mizoram is also trying and working in the same direction. Incidentally, last year we were approaching, and the region of Northeast happens to be an area of main concern for all of us, and we wanted to focus on this area because there's a lot of opportunity which we need to take forward. And we had approached the governments and to organize a meeting like this and a session like this in the form of a regional conference. And I should thank the government of Mizoram and the organizers how they have taken this forward at their own level, and they are hosting this event where such industry leaders are present, and so many government officers from around across the country are also present. So these are the key points which I will stress regarding the e-governance, sir. The message is very simple, sir. Like, first is the growth and spread of e-services is essential. Gone are the days of debate whether we want the field officers are more efficient or the screen officers are more efficient. There is no denial that e-services enable and provide a lot of convenience to the citizens, sir. I'll just give one example. When we joined the service, people used to come from the villages and they used to forego their earning for a day or two. Then they used to wait in the offices. Maybe the video was not there and they had to return back with no response. And the service used to be very small and very ordinary, maybe a ration card, maybe a birth certificate, maybe a death certificate, maybe an electricity connection. And this is where e-governance is very important. It facilitates very transparently the delivery of services. How we monitor this in Government of India, sir? Every single communication that we get from the citizens is digitized. To say, actually it is around 95% of digitization. And we get around 5 lakhs communications every month. Digitization means, sir, once a communication has reached the government, it will be followed. There will be a severe scrutiny, what is happening, what action has been taken. It will not escape notice, and it will not land somewhere in a file of some babu and where no action is taken. So this e-governance ensures there is service delivery, there is action. Going ahead, sir, the second point which we are working, and I'll give you some examples of this thing, sir. This is the landscape of how e-governance has evolved over the years. In 2019, we started and launched this NeSDA Monitoring, and we identified some 56 mandatory services in discussion with the state governments. As I said, very basic services, scholarships, pensions, grievance redressal, and land records, mutations, which I am sure every single state and UT of Government of India, of this country, is delivering to its citizens. But we considered them, this should be delivered in an electronic mode. And this is how the first graph of India looked like. We had around 8 70 services across the India, which were identified and which, so the saturation level was pretty less. As you move across towards the right, so you see in the third map, from the heat map, you can see almost 70% of the states have already reached the saturation level. So they are all already delivering all these 56 services, and this has been achieved by close interaction with the state officials, the single point of contact, spokes which we have with the state government, and we interact every single day. We assist them how to reach this saturation, how to create these services. So this map is where we actually focus that Northeast should be our area of focus, because there is still a lot of scope of doing this thing. But this is very manageable, only a concerted effort is required. I'll focus on the state, the UT of JK, which started, and within 2 years, they reached 100% saturation. So if the will is there, then it does not take much time to create these services, and as I said, it means a lot of convenience to the citizens. This is the second map which I'll focus on, sir. So beyond these 56 mandatory services, the government also thought that we should focus on the total services which are being delivered at the national level. So when we started this assessment, we had around 11,000 services at the national level, and within a span of 2 years, sir, today we are monitoring 20,000 services. This is a, I would say, digital revolution. It is a very silent revolution which not many people know as such, but they are benefiting from this, because these are the services which public are availing. Going ahead, sir, this is the third step which we said, that these services which people are getting, they should get at one place. Because earlier, if you see, there are a lot of defunct websites. There used to be a lot of technological issues. If we used to make payments for purchase of a ticket, then we were not sure whether the transfer has happened. The money used to be debited, and they would say that after 3 days you will get the money back. But the quality of the IT solutions was not so sturdy, which over the years we are trying to make that these solutions should be very efficient. So, as you see, sir, almost 6 to 7 states have already reached 100% of their service delivery through a single portal. So it means a lot of convenience for the citizen. They just have to land at that page and avail that service. So basic number one is we should create service. There is no denial that the service is essential. But the mere number is not sufficient. The quality of the portal is very important. So this is where when we stressed upon not just number, but better digitization. If you see, sir, Google, if you log in, you will have just Gmail, same identity, Google Photos, same identity. So this is single sign-on. We used to have so many IDs, so many passwords, and then half of the IDs become defunct. So single sign-on is what we are trying to stress on. When we do this NeSDA survey, we talk to all the states, we talk to all the UTs, we talk to the government ministries. We try to create some basic fundamental structure in this IT service delivery solutions, which will create a lot of efficiency. Similarly, I would say people don't know that service exists, even though if they know how to use IT, because they can't track the service. So within the 2 clicks, you should be able to get the service. There should be proper search, and now we are focusing on AI-enabled services from our department itself. The CP Grants portal is heavily reliant on AI to deliver the services. Voice recognition is there. A person who does not know how to interact in English or Hindi, they can talk in regional language. The Bhashni module converts it, so voice to word, text, then the service is delivered, and then the reply is sent. So AI chatbots, these are being built, and these ensure that the experience of the user is that it should not be a challenge. Once you enter the website, you feel lost. You should get a wow feeling. If you have ensured a good and successful transaction on government website, either the feeling will be very frustrating or it will be very, very joyful feeling. So we want the second feeling to be incorporated in all the solutions. This is a very perseverance related work, and we work with all the ministries, the state governments to get these basic fundamentals incorporated in their solutions. So this is what I already said. These are the 7 pillars which we are actually insisting that every single application and portal of governments of the state, UTs and government of India should have these in place. Over the years, we are trying to incorporate, so taking the service delivery deeper. In the last NeSDA survey, we also asked for the city portals. We also started vetting city portals on this thing, because a lot of municipal services are delivered by the city level. So we are going deeper into this. How we recognize and appreciate this thing, sir? Honorable MOS Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, he has been spearheading of these initiatives in our department, and we conduct these regional conferences on a larger scale. Last year's 27th National Conference was held in Mumbai, which was participated by nearly 1,200 delegates from across the country. Best projects were presented, and there is such a huge learning experience, and the Honorable CM and the Deputy CM were both there. And we learn mutually. So these were the 5 fields which we incorporated in the selection process. And then we do a lot of knowledge sharing. We do a lot of knowledge repository building. We have these monthly webinars. The intent is that everyone who thinks that he has a shortage of deficiency of understanding, they should not search anywhere. They can go to our website, they can see our monthly journals, and there is so much to learn from them. This is the 18-point resolution which was declared in Mumbai. So Secretary Miti was there, our secretary was there, and it was adopted in along with the state government. And then the resolution focused on 3 or 4 aspects. First is the deepening of services, incorporation of AI. These are the major things, capacity building of the officials, and as Mahavir Singh ji said, to focus on the security of our applications. So if you see this year's national award, which we have declared, the scheme for which the states are applying, we have already incorporated these 3 categories in the awards. So this is the nudge effect which we are creating. Now the states and the districts are submitting nominations on what they have done in cyber security, what they are doing in e-governance, and especially focuses on AI and emerging technologies. So this will give an impetus. Maybe the first year the effort is less and the projects are fewer, but within the next 1 or 2 years, a lot of activity will follow on out of this. So this is one of the state examples which I say, Jammu and Kashmir, because you should know a parallel with a peer, what they are doing. So Jammu and Kashmir UT started very few e-governance services. Sharma ji was there, so he can explain. And within a span of 1.5 years, they have reached 100% saturation. Nearly 1,100 services are being delivered. So if they can do it, I just want to present that everyone can do it, and this is what I would like to stress upon. And this is the third aspect of e-governance service delivery. Once we create a good standard solution, we should also ensure and facilitate the usage of those services. This is not that one-time investment and purchase which we are doing. We should ensure there is usage and people actually benefit from them. So digital divide is very much there. How we see it, that for the same service, which I said 56 mandatory service in the earlier slide, in one state the usage and the portal will be in the terms of several crores. In other states, the downloads and the usage will be a few hundreds. So this shows when the service is relevant and the smaller state is giving such high returns, why should not it be used in the bigger state as well? So the gap is the digital divide, how the people of one state are able to benefit from the other one service, and the other state they are not able to benefit. So how to bridge this? What we have seen, sir, the common services centers are very efficient in this. Plus, they create local employment also. The wages for those people are also less. And if we can create that infrastructure and that model by bringing in more services, it can help a lot. Use of AI and Bhashini, I said, it is a path-breaking initiative. Ease of use is the key point. So whatever I have discussed, if we create those facilities for the visually impaired people, there are so many inputs and so many innovations which can be done through IT, which we all need to undertake. Interoperability of the solutions and use of service plus. One would say that it is a very cost-intensive thing which we are discussing, but it is not. This thing has already been developed. NIC is the nodal agency, and it should not be that there is. I see that a lot of times we are reinventing the wheel. When the service is already there, we can simply adopt it, maybe customize it to the local requirement. But instead, we go on reinventing the wheel and investing a lot of money when the output and returns are not so much there. So focus in, please take what is already available, and you can get those benefits within 6 months or so. Citizen grievance, as I said, it is very important, and digital literacy, Mahaviji also said, we should focus on this at the school level. So that is all, sir, and we are here to assist the state of Mizoram, and whatever help is required, we'll ensure that it is delivered. Thank you so much, sir.